as you say, it puts us in a really strong position to get these trials up and first dosing into patients in 2025, and also gives us some runway to start the regulatory work and the side stream work streams, if you like, that mean that once these trials are underway, we really start to have a good dialogue with the regulators here.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Ananda Pharma co-founder and CEO Melissa Sturgis. Melissa, good to speak with you. Your change of company name from Ananda Developments to Ananda Pharma takes effect on Aquis from today, and really just highlighting how you've progressed as a company.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, that's the first time someone has said Ananda Pharma to me. It sounds good. Very happy about that. Yeah, I think the name change reflects where we have come over the last quite a few years. The cannabis industry, for want of a better word, has been evolving, and we've chosen a very clear path, which is drug development. We believe that is going to be the best way for us to deliver returns to our shareholders and to get cannabinoid-based pharmaceuticals into patients who desperately need them, not only here in the UK, but globally, and particularly the US, another very big market for cannabinoid medicines.
Take us through your programs and how they are progressing to get you to this stage.
Yeah. We've been really fortunate. We've been able to collaborate with some really important key opinion leaders in chemotherapy-induced pain, endometriosis, and now in rare forms of refractory epilepsy. And via those relationships, we've been able to access grant funding from the government and from the NHS. So we've got ourselves into a really good position. We've got 2 phase 2 clinical trials, 2 phase 3 clinical trials, all we hope to start patient dosing in 2025, and they're all funded by the government. So a good combination of the right partners who have the credibility from a research and development perspective, our own team, which is really a fast-moving and dynamic small team in drug development, and the funding from non-dilutive funding from governments is a really nice combination, plus obviously the support of our shareholders.
And looking at the support of your shareholders, you recently announced a £150,000 investment by new investors who approached the company wanting to buy into your strategy. And that followed a £2 million fundraising round back in September. So clearly you do have the support of them.
Yeah, it was obviously very heartening to be approached by some shareholders. They had looked at the company earlier and have been interested. And when they knocked on the door and said, "We think now is the right time," we said, "Yes, please, and welcome." And the £2 million fundraising financing in September was very well supported, mostly by our chairman and largest shareholder. But that's really good. I mean, that's the courage of his conviction about the road that we're on. And as you say, it puts us in a really strong position to get these trials up and first dosing into patients in 2025, and also gives us some runway to start the regulatory work and the side stream work streams, if you like, that mean that once these trials are underway, we really start to have a good dialogue with the regulators here, and that we start to think about what the regulatory environment in other major global jurisdictions might look like for these trials to convert then into licensed medicines.
So Melissa, what does 2025 hold in store, both for the industry, but also for Ananda Pharma?
I think we're going to see the next kind of level. I feel as though we've hit a bit of a plateau. We've seen cultivation globally. We've seen some cultivation in the UK. We're seeing still the challenge to differentiate product unless there's actually a license around it. I think some of the data that's coming out of the US for the massive prescribing of Epidiolex, which is the only CBD drug so far licensed for any condition, that will be a blockbuster drug in 2025, which means it's going to do $1 billion of sales. I think that's the point in 2025 when the whole industry says, actually, if you want to help patients and if you want to give returns to your shareholders, pharmaceutical, drug development, licensed medicines in this space are the way to go. And I must say, this is the most optimistic I've been in the journey of Ananda going into the new year.
Look forward to many conversations in the new year. Melissa, congratulations again on the name change, and have a good festive season if we don't speak with you before then.
Yeah, thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Let's bring it on.
It's Ananda Pharma co-founder and CEO Melissa Sturgis.